we'll start with a prayer. Then we will have a small revision of whatever we have learned yesterday or we have discussed yesterday. Then we will move forward. Okay. Jetum yastripuram harena harina vyajat balim badhnata srashtum vari bhavodbhuvena bhuvanam sheshena dhartum dharam parvatya mahishasura pramathane siddhadhipais siddhaye ध्यातः पंचशरेण विश्वजितये पायात् सनागाननः विघ्नेश्वराय. So yesterday we started discussing about the various names of Lord Ganesha. So of that we have discussed 10 names. So just as a revision, we discussed that there are different types of names which we find in Ashtottara. So there are different types of Ashtottaras with different names, but we are sticking to one set of names which is popular in all of the India. But even in that popular version, we might find some differences at different places. But still, we will go with the selected names, and then in case if there are some other names, you can approach to us over email. So in these 108 names, we can categorize these names into some 4 or 5 parts. Like there are some names which are purely which are speaking about spiritual being, the supreme being, Parabrahma, which we say. So some names focus only on the aspect of supremeness of the Lord, or Parabrahma concept, or the concept of self, concept of Atma, Paramatma. Then there are some names which speak about the body part of a god, like Ekadanta, Lambodara, Shurpakarna and all. There are some names which speak about the relationship of the god, like Gauri Putra, son of Gauri, Sharvatanaya, son of Shiva, Shivatanaya and all. And then there are some names in which we see that there are some things which God is holding in his hand or wearing, like Naga Yajnopavitine Namaha, Ikshuchapadhrite Namaha, Ankushadharaya Namaha. These type of names we find. Then there are some names which are other than which does not come under this category, but they are scattered, like we cannot put them under any specific category. So that's why, so we, for our understanding, we have put it in 5 categories now. There's a possibility that we may have many other categories too. Yesterday we saw 10 names. There were some questions too, that why some names, why when we are saying that he's a supreme being, why is it that we are saying that his head got cut off? As I mentioned, some name, as I said, that we have categorized the names. When we are speaking about supreme being, at that time we are not thinking from the perspective of the God who is in some specific form. When we are calling someone as a supreme being, that supreme being has no form, no attributes, nothing. It's the final truth, the extreme truth, which we are looking upon. So when we are looking at such names, we should not compare it with other names. Every name has its specific nature, specific meaning. So today also when we will be discussing, we'll be discussing keeping these thoughts in our mind, these aspects in our mind, these perspectives in our mind, that every name is different from the other name. Okay, it has the understanding of those names should not be connected to other names. Maybe some words may have similar meanings at some aspects in some words of the larger word, the compound word, but still the name has its own meaning, its own stand. Okay. And one more request to all is that we will take the questions at the end. Sometimes what happens, same question gets repeated. So we will take all the questions at the end of the session. We'll give 10 or 15 minutes dedicated for the question and answers. Agre gachhamaha. So we will just chant the names which we learned yesterday or which we discussed yesterday. Om Vinayakaya Namaha is the eminent leader, who is the Vishishtaha Nayakaha Vinayakaha, the eminent leader. Or another meaning which we saw is V means bird. The leader of birds means leader of the living beings. Okay, he is also called Ganapati, Ganesha. Om Vighnarajaya Namaha. One who is the leader of all the obstacles, one who overrules the obstacles, one who shines among the obstacles, one who creates obstacles to the obstacles. He is called Vighnaraja. Om Gauri Putraya Namaha. Gauryaha Putraha, the son of Gauri, or the one who protects Gauri from the Naraka called Put. Let us not translate the word Naraka into hell because both have different meanings. So we'll not take Naraka as hell. We'll keep Naraka as Naraka we'll call. Though it is somewhat similar to the translation is very near. So we use the word hell. But Naraka has a different means. It has different way of understanding. Om Ganeshwaraya Namaha. Gananam Ishwaraha Ganeshwaraha. The leader of troop. Okay. Like the troop of Akasha, water, the elements. Avyaktadhyas Tattva Ganaha. Yesterday we saw that there are three types of Ganaha. One, Adhyatmika level Gana. Another, Adhidaivika level Gana. Third one is Adhibhautika level Gana. So there are three types of Ganas. For all that Gana, there is one leader, that's called Ganesha, Ganeshwara. Again, see, this is supreme being level. Okay, when we are speaking this Ganesha, the Avyaktadhyas Tattva Ganaha, Brahmadhyaha, Devata Ganaha, Anna Brahma Ganaha, when this second level, this one which we are seeing now from Brahma Purana, it is actually speaking the Ganesha as the supreme being. But when we saw there is another Ganeshwara, who Shiva has some Ganas, Bhuta Gana and all. For those Ganas when we are speaking, then the Ganeshwara comes in a level called Adhidaivika Gana. Not Adhyatmika Gana, he is Adhidaivika Gana. Adhyatmika is different, Adhidaivika is different. Okay. Then Om Skandagrajaya Namaha. Skandasya Agrajaha, Skandagrajaha. Or Skandaha Agrajaha Yasya Saha. The elder brother of Skanda or younger brother of Skanda is called Skandagraja. Om Avyayaya Namaha. One who Nasti Vyayo Yasya. One who is imperishable, who has no change. Jayate, Asti, Vardhate, Parinamate, Kshiyate, Nashyati. These things are not found in this supreme being. Again, here when we speak Avyayaya Namaha, he is a supreme being. When we spoke about Skandagrajaya Namaha, then he has taken some form now. Okay. Bhutaya Namaha, again supreme being. Okay, he's pure, he's bright. Okay. Om Dakshaya Namaha. This can be both, means Daksha can be supreme being, Daksha can be a form, the god who has a form. Okay, because one who does all the activities fast, one who grows in the form of word. So see, the meaning itself show how we can have both the meanings. Means we can connect this name to the Supreme Being, as well as when Supreme Being takes the form of Lord Gajanana. Okay. Om Adhyakshaya Namaha. Adhyakshnoti samantat vyapnoti iti adhyakshaha, who is spread all over, who is there everywhere, who is omnipresent, omnipotent. Okay. He is called Adhyaksha. Om Dvijapriyaya Namaha. Dvijanam Priyaha. Dvihi Jayate iti Dvijaha, one who gets birth twice. Once when he is taken birth from the womb of mother. Then when Yajnopavita Samskara happens. The twice one person takes the birth. Okay. So that Dvijapriya. So Dvijapriyaya Namaha means Dvijanam Priyaha, one who likes the Dvija or one who is loved by the Dvija. Both the meanings are possible when we are speaking about Dvijapriya. Now we'll start with the new names now today. Om Agnigarvachhide Namaha. There is a Pathabheda. Pathabheda means there is a, you can find that textual difference you can find. In some texts you will find Agni Garvachhide Namaha. In some text you will find Agni Garbhachhide Namaha. Garbha means womb. Agni Garvachhide Namaha, Agni Garbhachhide Namaha. Both are fine because there is a small story which gets connected here. In some Puranas, these stories can be found where Agni is very proud, negatively proud, that I have the power of consuming everything. So with that pride, Agni goes and consumes all the wealth of the gods, because of which the gods become wealthless. Now, when we call about wealth, it does not only mean the money or what the it does not only mean the money or cash or gold or gems. When we call wealth, in the wealth we cover knowledge also, we cover other aspects, which whatever we can call the wealth, land, money and all. So Agni actually consumed everything. So all the gods, now they were worried, without the wealth, how we can run this whole universe? So they went to Lord Ganesha and they prayed him with deep of their heart. And then finally, when Ganesha got prasanna, Ganesha yada prasannaha abhavat, when Ganesha was happy, he helped them to find that wealth again. He destroyed the false pride of Agni, and having destroyed the false pride of Agni, now though the pride was destroyed, but still there was the one thing which was consumed by Agni cannot be brought back. But what Ganesha did, he by himself gave 9 nidhis to Kubera. Navanidhi, 9 nidhis to Kubera. Those Navanidhis are Mahapadmascha Padmascha Shankho Makarakaccapau. Mahapadmascha, Mahapadma, Padma, Shankha, Makara, Kachapa. Okay, then there are 4 more. Just a second. Mukunda Kunda Neelashcha. Mukunda Kunda Neela. Then Kharva. These are the 9 nidhis which were given to Kubera. What are these 9? Mahapadma, Padma, Shankha, Makara, Kachapa. 5. Then Mukunda, Kunda, Neela, Kharva. These are the 9 nidhis which were given to Kubera and Indra, means to the gods. Okay, Kubera was the finance officer, so he kept all those things, treasurer. So he kept all those things. So it is said that, it is believed that Kubera is one who has all these nidhis. Now in Hanuman Chalisa also we hear this word. Ashtasiddhi Navanidhi ke data. So this Navanidhi is very famous, which we find in Hanuman Chalisa, as well as we connect this Navanidhi with Kubera also. In most of the Puranas, you will find that Kubera got this Navanidhi from the god. Now, in some Puranas, it is believed that it was given by Lord Ganesha. But here again, when we see this, again we can connect this with Parabrahma concept. Okay. But when that Parabrahma took the form of Lord Ganesha, he gave it as the form of Lord Ganesha. So Agni-garbhachide namaha. So that's the same meaning, where he destroys the womb of Agni, because all those nidhis were in the womb of Agni. So he destroyed the womb of Agni. So whole wealth he took it back. That's the story again. Om Agni-garbhachide namaha. Agni-garbhachit asman sarvan patu. Om Indrashri Pradaya Namaha. This is again connected to the previous story. There I said that it was given to Kubera. But as I mentioned, Kubera was the treasurer of the Lord Indra. So whatever Nidhi was given to Kubera was also it also belonged to Indra. So Shriyaha Pradaha Shri Pradaha. One who gives the wealth. Shri means wealth. Okay, Nidhi. So Shriyaha Pradaha, one who gives Shrihi, is called Shri Prada. The Shri Prada name you might have heard, which is given to different people. Okay. Shri Prada. Indrasya Shri Prada. One who becomes the Shri Prada for Indra. Means one who becomes the wealth giver to Indra is called Indra Shri Prada. Okay. Indra is Devata, the king of Devatas. So, as I mentioned earlier, when whatever is treasure belongs to Kubera, also belongs to Indra. So, when all the wealth was consumed by the Agni, Ganapati gave this wealth back to the Devas, having destroyed the false pride of Agni. Okay. So, Indra Shri Pradaya Namaha. Vani Pradayakaya Namaha. One who gives the strength of speech. Now, this is very interesting and one of my favorites. Favorite because I am coming from my area of study is Sanskrita Vyakaranam. So, Vani Pradayakaya Namaha. Vyakarana deals with the speech. Speech, words, meaning of words. It's like linguistics. Okay. So, one who gives the strength of speech, Vanim Pradadati iti Vani Pradayakaha. So there are 4 types of speech. Okay. According to Indian tradition, there are 4 types of speech, or 4 levels of speech, or 4 layers of speech. Para, Pashyanti, Madhyama, Vaikhari. Para, Pashyanti, Madhyama, Vaikhari. We'll start with Vaikhari, because the speech which we use to communicate with each other, the speech which comes out from our throat through our mouth, that speech is called Vaikhari. And this speech can be experienced by every human being. Okay, or every living being, you can say. The speech are of different types. So every living being, if we want to call it like that. Next level is Madhyama, which is situated at the heart place. The heart, Madhyama. We call Madhyama Hriddeshaga, which stays in the heart. Now this speech, when we do dhyana, or when we close our eyes and start thinking, there are the words when we do japa and all. Okay, so that is the level which cannot be heard by the others, but we can hear it. Even a common person can hear it. But there is one thing which is special about Madhyama, that while doing that, we also focus on the meaning of those words. When that happens, that speech is called Madhyama. Like Ashtottara Shata Parayana, which we will be doing. Earlier, when we used to do, means many of you might be knowing the meanings, but in case if we didn't did not know the meaning of these Ashtottara Shatanama, the 108 names, then before knowing the meaning, what we used to do, we just used to do the Parayana of these names without focusing on the meanings of these 108 names. While doing so, that was like between Vaikhari and Madhyama, but not complete Madhyama. But now, once this course gets over and you start again doing dhyana on these 108 names, you will be focusing on its meaning, its etymology, all these things. So that is like Madhyama, where you also put your focus on the meaning, etymologies, and all. So it is believed that Madhyama can be seen only by the Vyakarnas. In Vyakarna Shastra, we say Madhyama can be seen by Vyakarnas because they know the etymology of almost all the words. Now, next. But that level is very difficult. Present day Vyakarnas, even me, for all the words, we cannot come up with the etymology. It's very difficult. It's not that easy. So Madhyama is a very difficult stage by itself. Then comes Pashyanti. Pashyanti Nabhisamsthita. It's at our this speech is situated at the navel area of our body. Pashyanti Nabhisamsthita. So this Pashyanti cannot be seen or cannot be experienced by us, cannot be experienced even by the great Vayakaranas. It can only be experienced by the yogis who have done in-depth penance, who have done lot of yogic practices, yama, niyama, asana, pranayama, pratyahara, dharana, dhyana, samadhi. These are the 8 practices, yogic practices: yama, niyama, asana, pranayama, pratyahara, dharana, dhyana, samadhi. One who has attained this samadhi, only they can experience this speech called Madhyama. Oh, sorry, Pashyanti. And this type of speech is akhanda. You cannot break those into words, you cannot break those into suffixes, roots, and all. That's a very concrete structure of the speech. Para, when somebody attains moksha, when somebody has become one with the Parabrahman, at that time that speech is experienced. Om and all. That one speech, akhanda speech, is experienced only when one gets connected with the Lord. So Lord Ganapati, Ganesha, is Vani Pradayaka, who gives the strength of all these speech. Gradually, when we do bhakti, when we focus on his names, he leads us from Vaikhari to Madhyama, from Madhyama to Pashyanti, and from Pashyanti to Para. He connects us with, he makes us communicate, or he makes us one with that Supreme Being. And that Paravak, where does it exist? Mooladhara Chakrastha. There is a Mooladhara, which is below navel part, where this Paravak exists. That's why even Ganesha Atharva Shirsha also it is said, Tvam Mooladhare Sthitosi Nityam. You stay in the Mooladhara because you are Parabrahman. So this Vani Pradayaka is again a Supreme Being. And that's Adhyatmika level. Okay. Now we'll move it. I hope this part got clear. Sarva Siddhi Pradaya Namaha. one who gives all the siddhis, accomplishments, fulfillments, skills, sarvaha siddhayah pradadati iti sarva siddhi pradaha, who gives all the siddhis. Okay. Siddhehe pradaha siddhi pradaha. Sarvesham siddhi pradaha sarva siddhi pradaha. This is the vigraha. Siddhehe pradaha, one who gives siddhis. Okay. Siddhinam pradaha, siddhi pradaha. Sarvesham, who gives siddhis to all, who does his bhakti, who devotes themselves to Lord Ganapati, they get all these siddhis. Okay, yogic powers also some call it. So what are these siddhis? There are 8 siddhis. Anima, Mahima Chaiva, Garima, Laghima Tatha, Praptif Prakamyamishitvam, Vashitvam Chashta Siddhayaha. These are 8 siddhis. Anima, Mahima, Garima, Laghima, Praptihi, Prakamyam, Ishitvam, Vashitvam. These are the 8 siddhis. Anima means you will have the power of becoming the smallest of the small atom. Okay, that is the power. So these are the 8 different types of powers, where anima means you can take the form of the smallest of the small. See, when we speak about Hanuman, we also say Ashta Siddhi Nava Nidhi Ki Data. When we say Ashta Siddhi, he had all these 8 siddhis. So when he reached Lanka, you will see he took the form of a small, he made his small form a very small thing. While traveling to the Lanka, on the way when one Rakshasi comes, at that time, he he had done two things. One, he used his power called anima. He also used his power called mahima. He increased his form. He became large, and very large. Also, he decreased his form and he became the smaller of the smallest of the small of the smallest. He became very small. So those powers even Hanuman had. Anima, mahima, chaiva. Garima. He can become very heavy. One cannot hold it, so heavy. So in Mahabharata, when Bhima was very proud about his power, he was going on the path of bringing the lotus flower for Draupadi. On the way, he saw a monkey lying down blocking the road with his tail. And now Bhima wanted to cross that road, but because of the huge tail, he was unable to do that. So he asked that monkey to move and he asked in a very rude manner to move that tail. But monkey did not accept. He was not ready to move the tail. He said, I am very old. Because now monkey understood that this Bhima is very proud of his powers. So to destroy that pride, the monkey asks Bhima to move that tail by himself because of the age. He says that I am very old. I cannot move this tail. Can you please move it by yourself? Now when Bhima tries to move that tail, it was so heavy that he could not do it. So that is Garima. That's the weight. Laghima. Laghima means the very lightweight. To fly, you need a lightweight. So he used to fly. He used to reduce his weight and fly. So that is Laghima. Become very lighter than cotton. So light. Praptihi, can reach anywhere. Just with a brisk of time, he can reach anywhere. Praptihi, that's another yogic power. Where just by thinking, like our mind travels. When now here I am sitting, suddenly I feel like going to Chandra. So I can reach Chandra even in nanoseconds. Okay, so that is called prapti. One can reach physically. One can reach from one place to another. That's another power. Prakamyam. Prakamyam is whatever one wishes, he gets it soon. Ishitvam, the power of God, Ishitvam. Vashitvam can control anybody, can have a control over anybody. That is called Vashitva. So these are 8 powers which one can get from the bhakti of Lord Ganesha. Anima, Mahima Chaiva, Garima, Laghima Tatha, Praptif Prakamyamishitvam, Vashitvam Chashta Siddhayaha. If someone is a novelist here, and if there is any author, they can write one novel based on this. Superhero can be created. Indian superhero novel can be created based on Anima, Mahima, Garima, Laghima, Praptif Prakamyamishitvam, Vashitvam Chashta Siddhaya. Okay. Om Sarvasiddhipradaaya Namaha. Om Sharvatanayaya Namaha. Sharva is Shiva. Okay. Shrinati Bhaktanam Papani iti Sarvaha. One who destroys all the Papa. Shri Himsayam is the root here. Shri Himsayam. One who destroys all the Papas of his Bhaktas is called Sharva. Sharva Shiva. The son of Sharva is Sharvatanaya, Ganesha, Ganapati, Gajanana, whatever. The son of Sharva also has these qualities in him. Whatever destruction of the Papas, the quality of destructing this quality of destroying the Papas, the same quality his son will also have. Also has. Okay. So Sharvatanaya Namaha. Sharvari Priyaya Namaha. Sharvari means night. Sharvari Ratrihi or Sandhya. Va Priya Yasya. Sharvari is usually means Ratrihi. Sandhya is very rarely found. But in some cases it is taken. Sharvari Priya Yasya Saha. Who likes the night. Sharvari means Shrinati Cheshtam, the one that stops all the activities, because night time all the beings stop the activity and go to sleep. All the human beings. Okay. Not these days, but when the term called Sharvari was created, maybe at that time, people used to sleep or stop all the activities by the end of the day, and they used to go to sleep. Maybe that is the reason why it was called Sharvari. The one that stops all the activities. Okay. Now, why? I don't know why this name got created. Sharvari Priyaya Namaha. Maybe Yasyam Jagarti Bhutani Sa Nisha Pashyato Munehe. In Bhagavad Gita, we find this verse called Yasyam Jagarti Sanyami Sa Nisha Pashyato Munehe. Ya Nisha Sarva Bhutanam Tasyam Jagarti Sanyami. Means Ya Nisha Sarva Bhutanam. When all the living beings sleep, at that time this person is awake to protect them. That's why this person, because this person likes to protect his devotees, so he is Sharvari Priya. Because at night time, when all his devotees, because of their devotion towards Lord Ganapati, they feel secured and sleep, at that time he is the person who protects them. Sharvari Priyaya Namaha. Om Sharvari Priyaya Namaha. At some places, at this time of Sandhya, there is every month there is a time called Pradosha. That is usually during the twilight and at the beginning of the night, where the Ganapati Puja is done. Pradosha Kala Puja. That is called as Pradosha Puja. We find it in some temples, we find that puja. In Sringeri Mutt, Sharadamba temple, there is a shrine of Shakti Ganapati. Shakti Ganapati Devalayah asti. Tatra puja bhavati, pradosha puja bhavati. Pratimasam sa puja anushtiyate. Pradosha puja. Pradosha puja is conducted during the Sandhya time or twilight time, or somewhere between 6 to 9 it happens. Om Sarvatmakaya Namaha. Sarvaha Atma Yasya Saha. Sarvaha Chaso Atma Cha. The one who is in everything and in whom everything exists. And all the Atma is that. The Atma in me, the Atma in you, the Atma in the animals, the Atma in the trees, the Atma in the land. All the Atma is that entity, that supreme being. That is Sarvatmakaha. All the Atmas belong to whom? That entity is Sarvatmakaha. Tvam Brahma, Tvam Vishnustum Yastum Chandramastum Brahma Bhuvassu Varom. From Ganesha Thurvashirsha. Where it says, you are Brahma, you are Vishnu, you are Rudra, you are Indra, you are Agni, you are Vayu, you are Surya, you are Chandra, you are Brahma. All the entity, all the Atma are you. Okay. Om Sarvatmakaya Namaha. Om Srishtikartre Namaha. Srishtehe Karta, the creator of the universe. You are the creator of the universe. So take the prostrations to the one who is the creator of the universe. Sarvam jagadidam tatto jayate. All this universe is because of you, the one who is everything and every Atma. Oh, sorry, this is some mistake. Brahmanam in Ganeshottara Tapini Upanishad. There are many Upanishads. Upanishads are the part of Veda. Okay. Veda is divided, Veda can be classified into 4: Samhita, Brahmana, Aranyaka, and Upanishad. Samhita deals with mantras. Brahmana deals with the practices to be done using those mantras. Aranyakas are something which must be practiced in Aranya, in secret. Yeah. Brahma Vidya, which explains us about the supreme being or being. Okay. Now, Ganeshottara Tapini Upanishad. In that Upanishad, we find this sentence which says, Brahmanam Upadishati Sma, Brahman Kuru Srishtim. Ganesha tells the Brahma that, hey Brahman, create the universe. Brahma says, Naham Vedmi, I don't know how to do it. Ganesha Uvacha, Maddehe Brahmandantargatam Vilokya, Tatha Vidhameva Kuru Srishtim. Ganesha says, see in my body, observe my body, see the Brahmanda in me, and just copy that and make another Brahmanda. So, Srishtikartre Namaha, he helped Brahma to create the universe. That's why he is called Srishtikarta, the creator of the universe. Om Srishtikartre Namaha. Next. Om Devanikarchitaya Namaha. Devanikarchitaha. Devanam Anikam. Anika means Sainya, army. Okay. Devanam Anikam, the army of the gods. Okay. One who is prayed by the army of the gods or worshipped by the army of the gods is called Devanikarchitaha. Om Devanekarchitaya Namaha. This is simple. So simple, I am just not explaining more. Om Shivaya Namaha. Shivam means Kalyanam. Kalyanam means Mangalam, auspicious, virtue. Shivam Kalyanam Vidyate Asya, one who has virtue in him. Or Syati Ashubham Yaha, one which removes the inauspiciousness, that is also called Shiva. So Shiva means both, one who has virtue in him or one who removes or destroys the inauspiciousness is called Shiva. Okay. There is another meaning which I found in one of the koshas. Sherate avatishtante animadayo ashto gunaha, in whom these 8 gunas, 8 siddhis, anima mahima chaiva garima laghima tatha praptif prakamyamishitvam ashit vashitvam jashta siddhayaha, where these 8 siddhis dwell, the abode of 8 siddhis, that is also called Shiva. So Shiva has 3 meanings. Now again, this Shiva, don't connect this Shiva with that Shiva. The supreme being, even that Shiva is supreme being. When we call Shiva, it's a supreme being. In Veda, if you go through the Vedic texts, Vedas, Rigveda, Yajurveda, Samaveda, Atharva Veda, you will not find any God with a form. Okay. All the natural beings are considered as a god there. Agni, Vayu, Varuna, Indra. Indra is a god of rain. Varuna, water. Okay, Agni, the so-called fire. Akasha. Okay, these entities, Parabrahman, the supreme being was prayed there. The nature was prayed there because everything was received by the nature and people knew how to be grateful towards that nature. Panchabhutas were prayed. Okay. So Shiva, when it is called, the word Shiva means Shivam Kalyanam Vidyate Asya. That speaking about the Supreme Being. Shati Ashubham Yaha, one who dilutes, removes, destroys the inauspiciousness. One who has all the siddhis is called Shiva. Om Shivaya Namaha. Om Siddhi Buddhi Pradaya Namaha. There is another Siddhi cha Buddhi cha Siddhi Buddhi. Siddhishcha Buddhishcha Siddhi Buddhi. About Siddhi we discussed. Buddhi means intellect. Okay. One who gives both Siddhi and Buddhi, he is called Siddhi Buddhi Pradaha. Now, there is another text which says Siddhi Buddhi Priyaya Namaha. So when we find this text called Siddhi Buddhi Priyaya Namaha, the meaning will be a bit different. Siddhi Buddhi Priye Yasya Saha. That is the etymology. Siddhi Buddhi. The one whose beloveds are Siddhi and Buddhi. One whose beloveds are Siddhi and Buddhi. Who loves Siddhi and Buddhi. Okay. Buddhi Priyaha Samshayanha. Buddhisya Nishchayatmika. Okay, there is, sorry, mistake. Sorry, this is just a second, I will correct it here itself. Buddhi Priyaha Samshayanha. Buddhisya Nishchayatmika. What is Buddhi? Buddhi is something which gives you true picture of the knowledge. That is called Buddhi. The true picture of the knowledge, the truth, when it is established, that is called Buddhi. For example, you have seen you see some thing in night you are walking, and suddenly you see some curved thing on the road, and suddenly you feel oh, this is a snake. That is Brahma. But when you go near to it and you find out that this is not snake, this is a rope, then that is called Nishchayatmika Buddhi. And that is called Buddhi. Actual Buddhi means Nishchayatmika. One which gives the true picture is called Buddhi. Okay. The one who is giver of this Siddhi and Buddhi is called Siddhi Buddhi, or for whom the Siddhi and Buddhi are beloveds. It is in some Puranas, we see that Ganesha is married, and he was married to Siddhi and Buddhi, who are the daughters of Brahman, Brahma, not Parabrahma, Brahma, the Chaturmukha Brahma. His daughters are Siddhi and Buddhi, and he he married Siddhi and Buddhi to Lord Ganesha. In Ganesha Purana, I think that story is there. Yeah. Om Shantaya Namaha. Oh, sorry. Shanta means who is calm and pacified. Shanta means who is calm and pacified. Okay. There is one definition about the word Shanta in one of the texts of Sanskrit. Nayatra dukkham na sukham na chinta na dvesha ragau na chakachidicha rasasya shantaha kathito munindraihi sarveshu bhaveshu samapramanaha. Who is Shanta? Who is pacified? Nayatra dukkham, in whom there is no sorrow, no joy, no thoughts flowing, means chinta. Either you can call it tension. Okay. Na dvesha ragav, there is no shatrutva, there is no enmity, and there is no affection too. And there are no desires, nakachidicha, no desires. That rasa is called Shanta, where these feelings, emotions are not found. Sorrow, joy, tensions, enmity, affection, desires, where these are not found, that rasa is called Shanta by the Munis. So all these things are not found in Ganesha, so he's called as Shanta. Om Shantaya Namaha. It's like balanced state. Sukha dukkhe same kritva labha labho jaya jayo. Tasmad yoga yujyasva yoga karma sukhaushalam. This is a Bhagavad Gita shloka where it says, Sukha dukkhe same kritva. One must balance the sukha and dukkha, labha and alabha, dvesha and raga. Everything should be balanced. If some news which gives sorrow comes to us, we should not react suddenly. We should keep ourselves calm. That's what the Ganesha teaches us, to be calm and pacified. Om Shantaya Namaha. Om Brahmacharine Namaha. Brahma means Veda. Tad grahanartham charati iti brahmachari. One who commits himself for the study of Veda is called brahmachari. One who studies Veda. One who walks towards Brahma also means Parabrahma. One who walks towards the path of Parabrahma is also called brahmachari. One who follows celibacy is called brahmachari. Because brahmachari needs to follow celibacy. That's why, because to reach the level of Brahman, one must follow the path of celibacy. That's why the one who follows celibacy is also called brahmachari. But because he has to follow, because brahmachari, if somebody wants to reach the level of Brahman, wants to make self equal to the Brahman, the process is to follow celibacy. So sometimes the word brahmachari is also translated, brahmacharya is also translated as celibacy. Though brahmacharya consists of many other activities like reading Vedas, yama niyama, adinam palanam, to follow yama and niyama, etc. Okay. So he is the one who commits himself for the study of Veda, also to reach that level of Brahman. Now, when we say Brahmacharine Namaha here, then in this case, he is not that supreme being. We are speaking about Ganapati, whom we saw with the trunk. Okay. Brahmachari bhavanyena akrita parigraha. You are also the Brahmachari. Brahmachari is the of four ashramas: Brahmacharya, Grihastha, Vanaprastha, and Sannyasa. Of these four ashramas, the first ashrama is Brahmacharya, where one commits himself to study, to get educated, and in second level, Grihastha, one gets married and takes care of the society. Third level is this Vanaprastha, where one gets retired and indulges himself in the dhyana of the Lord to move into the sannyasa. The final stage is sannyasa. So Ganapati is always in the stage of brahmacharya. That's why, because he never married to a girl. That is also the reason why it is called as brahmachari. But in some Puranas, as I mentioned, he was married to Siddhi and Buddhi. Because Ganapati has taken many avatars, that supreme being has taken many avatars. In some avatara he got married, in some avatara he has not. So in whatever avatara he was not married, he is called as brahmachari. In avatara where he got married to Siddhi and Buddhi, he is called as Siddhi Buddhi Priyaya. Om Gajananaya Namaha. One who has an elephant's head. Gajasya ananam eva ananam yasya saha. Yesterday we saw the story where the head of the elephant got cut and got attached to the body of that boy. So that's why he is called as Gajanana. Gajasya ananam eva ananam yasya saha Gajanana. There is another meaning. Gajan anayati, because as I said, sometimes similar meaninged word, the word with similar meaning should not be there in Ashtottara or Sahasranama. So another meaning is also found in Sanskrit. That's the beauty of Sanskrit. If you don't want this meaning, for the same word, you can have another meaning. There's a possibility that you can have several meanings from one compound word. Gajan anayati ityarthe sadhuresha gajananaha. Gajan anayati. Gaja means elephant. Anayati means gives the life. One who gives the life to the elephants is called Gajanana. Again, we'll take here the concept of Upalakshana. Yesterday we saw no Kakebhyo Dadhirakshatam, protect the curd from the kakas, crows. That does not mean only to protect from crows, but all the beings which are intended towards eating that curd. Okay. Gajan Anayati. So here when we say Gajan Anayati, it means all the living beings. One who gives life to all the beings is called Gajanana. Om Dvaimaturaya Namaha. It's a very beautiful concept here. Dvayoho Matroho Apatyam. One who is the son of two mothers. Okay. Dvaimaturaya Namaha. One who has two mothers, or one who is the son of two mothers, is called Dvaimatura. Now, in different Puranas, different stories we get how Ganesha is Dvaimatura. In Ganesha Purana, Varenya Nrupajaya Pushpaka Garbhajatatvat. There was a king called Varenya. Okay. His wife, Varenya was a king, Varenya Nrupa. Jaya means wife. Varenya Nrupajaya Pushpaka. His wife's name was Pushpaka. One who took birth from the womb of Pushpaka, who is the wife of the king called Varenya. Okay. So one mother is Pushpaka. Deepavatsala Palitatvat. There was a lady called Deepavatsala. Though this boy got birth from the womb of Pushpaka, but she was taken care by the lady called Deepavatsala. So she is the another mother. That is the reason why Ganapati is called Dvaimatura. Okay, this is the one story which we get in Ganesha Purana. Another thing, we know that Ganesha is the son of Shiva and Parvati. Shiva has two wives. One is Uma and another one is Ganga. So Ganesha, obviously he becomes the son of those two mothers, Ganga and Uma. That's why the Khadyota commentary of Sahasranama says, Dvaimaturosyuma Gange, Dvaimaturosi, you are the son of two mothers, Uma and Ganga. Okay. Matarastava Vishrute. Okay. In Brahmavaivarta Purana, he gives another angle to this term called Dvaimatura. The elephants whose head was put on Ganesha's body is said to be his second mother. Uma is the mother, Parvati is the mother. But then the head was cut, the head which was given after the original head was cut, that was of some elephant calf. So the mother of that calf will also be the mother of this Ganapati, Gajanana. Okay, so that is how the Ganesha got the name Dvaimatura. There are three angles which we can see. One from Ganesha Purana, another because he is the son of Shiva, and another because the head which was cut and added of the elephant, the mother of that elephant is also the mother of Ganesha. So we find how Ganesha is Dvaimatura. Om Dvaimaturaya Namaha. Om Munistutyaya Namaha. Munibhistutyaha. One who is praised by all the ascetics or all the munis or all the rishis. He is called Munistutyaha. Because of all the munis focus on Supreme Being, and Supreme Being is Ganesha. That's why he is called Munibhistutyaha. Munistutyaya Namaha. Munistutyaha is his name. Munistutyaya Namaha. Om Bhakta Vigna Vinashanaya Namaha. It's very easy. Vignanam Vinashanaha Vigna Vinashanaha. One who is the destroyer of the obstacles, difficulties and problems. Bhaktanam Vigna Vinashanaha. One who destroys the obstacles, difficulties and problems of his devotees is called Bhakta Vigna Vinashanaha. Tasmai Bhakta Vigna Vinashanaya Namaha. Okay. Om Bhakta Vigna Vinashanaya Namaha. Om Ekadantaya Namaha. Ekaha Dantaha Yasya Saha. One who has one tusk. Usually we see that elephants have two tusks. But thou being elephant-headed, he has only one tusk. Another tusk is half or even broken. Sometimes we show it half, but actually it is either broken or totally removed. Ekadantaya Namaha. Now, this Ekadanta, when we believe that he has a form, that supreme born, to that supreme being, when we give the form, and in that form we make him elephant-headed, at that time we call him Ekaha. At that time the etymology will be Ekaha Dantaha Yasya Saha, one with one tusk. But when we see him as a supreme being, at that time the word Eka also means, in Sanskrita, the word Eka also means superior. Danta also means strength. One who is superior in strength is also called as Ekadanta. Okay, so these are the two meanings which we see. One meaning is of Adhyatmic level, another meaning is Adhidaivika level. Okay, when we see Adhyatmika level, it becomes Ekaha, Ekaschaso Dantascha, one with superior strength. Okay, he is called Ekadanta. When it is Adidevika level, then Ekaha Dantaha Yasyasa, one with one tusk. Okay. So there are some stories connected to this. There is a story of Parashurama in Brahma Vivarta Purana. There is a story of Chandra and Ganesha, which is very popular. So how Ganesha became one tusked, means what happened to his another tusk. So for that, there are two stories. One is very famous story of Chandra and Ganesha. During the Chaturthi time, Ganesha, as Ganesha is worshipped at every home and different types of dishes are prepared for him, he ate all the dishes and he was unable to hold his stomach. It was very difficult for him to hold his stomach. So he fell down. When he fell down, he saw that somehow he has to control his stomach. So he took one snake nearby and tied to his stomach. Seeing this, the Chandra above got very angry. Chandra laughed at him. Okay. So which made Ganesha angry and he pulled his tusk and threw on Chandra. That is the reason why Chandra has so much of spots. We can see the black spots in the moon. The story goes like that Ganesha broke the tusk and threw on the Chandra. That is why the Chandra's face becomes full of spots. Okay. That's one story. Another story is of Parashurama. Once Parvati and Shiva were in personal discussion, private discussion, and they asked Ganesha to what? To stay at the door and see that nobody disturbs their discussion. At that time, when Ganesha was standing there, Parashurama had something serious to discuss with Shiva, and he comes there. He tries a lot to convince Lord Ganesha that, see, I have to meet Shiva, it's very important. But Ganesha, as we have earlier seen, once given order, he doesn't go back. So he did not allow Parashurama to get in. At that situation, Parashurama, whose swabhava is anger. So he became angry and he took his parashu and just broke the tusk of the Ganapati. So again, this is one story. There's one more story which we find. This is not that famous, but while writing Mahabharata, Ganapati did not get the pen. So he broke his tusk and he used his tusk as, because during that time they used to write on palm leaves. No, for palm leaves you cannot use ink. It is carved on the palm. For carving you need some sharp object. So what Ganapati, for writing Mahabharata, while Vyasa was rendering, he had to write. To that he broke his tusk, and using that tusk he wrote the Mahabharata. That's another story which we find of Ganapati becoming the Ekadanta. Om Ekadantaya Namaha. Om Chaturbahave Namaha. This is a very easy one, so we'll not take much time here. One with 4 arms. You might have seen Ganapati with 4 arms. He holds different astra in different arms. One hasta for Ashirvada, one for flower, one for Ankusha. So different hands, different uses. Okay. So one with 4 hands. Chaturbahave Namaha. Om Chaturaya Namaha. One who is very clever. Chatyate, yachyate iti chaturaha. One who is ingenious, clever, inventive, original, he is called Chatura. For that also we have story. See, one story is very famous. When once Narada came and gave some fruit to Shiva and asked him fruit to Shiva. Now Shiva didn't know how to use this fruit. So he decided to give it to his sons. So he calls both Kartikeya and Ganesha and shows that this fruit is there and I want to give it to you. But then both started fighting. I want full fruit, I want full fruit. Then Shiva decides that let me conduct a competition for you. Whoever wins, this fruit will be given to that. Okay, given to him. Now, at that time, now the competition which was given to them was to complete one full round of the earth and come back to Shiva, to Kailasa. Whoever comes first, they will get this fruit. Kartikeya was very fast. He took his uh, mount, that peacock, and peacock flies very fast. So he boarded the peacock and started his journey to do the pradakshina of the earth. Now the problem with Ganesha was his mushaka was very small and it was very slow, and with that speed he could not have covered whole of the universe, whole of the world. Then how to do this pradakshina? He was clueless. He thought for some time and he got an idea. Because he was clever, he got an idea. He decided to do the pradakshina of his parents. He did the pradakshina 7 times. He did the pradakshina of the parents and said, I have done the pradakshina of the whole world. Please give me the fruit. Now parents asked, you are here only, you are doing our pradakshina. How can you say that you have done the pradakshina of the whole world? He said, Vedas teach us that father and mother are the world for a son. So my world is here in front of me. So I have done the pradakshina of it. So I am the winner. You should give me the fruit. They were convinced and they gave the fruit to the Ganapati. So this story shows us how Chatura was Ganapati. Another story we find in Ganesha Purana, but this story is not that elaborative story as it is like the previous story. Once there was a king in Kashi. He was very proud about himself. Though he was a good person, but he was proud of himself. He never considered the God to be supreme and all. But to teach him lesson, Ganesha came in the form of astrologer, and through various tricks, he made him believe in the supreme being, Parabrahma. So there's one such story in Ganesha Purana. Om Shakti Sanyutaya Namaha. Shaktina Sanyutaha, one who has power or one who is accompanied by Shakti. One who has power or one who has accompanied by Shakti. Shakti, we know, the power. Okay. Or one who is accompanied by Shakti means Parvati. One who is accompanied by Parvati. So, Shakti Samyutaya Namaha. Tvam Shaktitrayatmakaha Jagadutpatti Sthitilaya Shaktitrayadharatmakatvat. You have all the 3 Shaktis. Now he is speaking about the Parabrahman. Jagadutpatti, the creation of the world, the existence of the world, and the destruction of the world. All these 3 Shakti you have in yourself. You have the power of creating, you have power of protecting, you have power of destruction. So you are Shakti Trayatmakaha. So you have all these 3 Shakti in you. So Shakti Samyutaya Namaha. Om Lambodharaya Namaha. One with big belly, one with large belly is called Lambodhara. Lambam Udaram Yasya Saha. Lambam Dirgham Udaram Yasya Saha. That is one. When we come to the materialistic world, Lambam Udaram, the large belly. But another meaning of the word Lambodhara is Brahmandalambanam Yasya Kukshihi Lambodharastu Saha. One who holds whole of the Brahmanda in his stomach. That person is called Lambodhara. One who holds all the universe, all the worlds in his stomach, Udara. He is called Lambodhara. Means unless he has such a big Udara, he cannot hold that. In Mudgala Purana, Nanavidham Jagat Sarvam Brahma Nanavidham Prabho Sambhutam Udarattevai Tena Lambodharo Bhavan. All this world got took birth or got delivered from your that belly, that's why you are called Lambodara. Tavodara bhavas sarve tvam na kasyodarodbhavaha tena lambodaro sitvam lambodara namostute. All these beings are took birth from your belly, from your womb. Okay. And you have not taken birth from any other womb. That's why you are called Lambodara. So these are the several meanings which we find for the word Lambodara in different Puranas. Okay. One in Mudgala Purana, another one is, I think, Brahmanda Purana or somewhere we find this. Okay. So these are the different meanings of the word Lambodara. Om Shurpakarnaya Namaha. Shurpa means winnowing basket. The mothers to clean the rice, clean the wheat and all. So winnowing basket. Okay. One who has ears like winnowing basket is called Shurpakarna. Shurpa iva karnau yasya saha. Yasya shurpa kriti karnau shurpakarnasa uchyate. One with the ears like winnowing baskets. Sorry, some mistakes I could not rectify. Okay. Shurpakarau chayat karnau vignavarana karanau vignavarana karanau sampadau jnana rupau cha shurpakarnam namamyaham. This is from Brahmavaivarta Purana. Shurpakarau chayat karnau. Shurpakarau, the ears which are in the form of winnowing basket, they are actually the removers of the vignas, the obstacles. When he does like this, the ears, okay, in that, when he does that, all the vignas get scattered here and there. Sampadau jnana rupaucha. They are also the form of sampat, wealth, and also the form of knowledge. Such Shurpakarnam, I bow to such Shurpakarna. I present, I worship that. The big ears actually gives lot of wind, and because of that wind, all the obstacles, all the problems get removed from the life of the devotees. Also, the Shurpakarna is like a what do you say? I'm not getting the word. Are the form of sampat and jnana. It indicates jnana and sampat, knowledge and wealth. Okay. So such Shurpakarnam we worship. Om Shurpakarnaya Namaha. Om Haraye Namaha. Hari. Harati Papani. One who takes away all the papas is called Hari. Okay. Now, again, as I said, the word Hari means one who takes away all the papa. Hari, Vishnu also takes away all the papa. Shiva also takes away all the papa. So everyone is Hari when we think from the Supreme Being as perspective. Okay. Harati Ashritanam Artim. One who takes away all the pains of the devotees is also called Hari. Sahetukam samsaram harati iti harihi. The one who helps his devotees to get out of the mundane life, this materialistic life, and help to attain moksha, help to become one with that Supreme Being. He is also called Hari. Means Parabrahma himself. Okay. So these are the three meanings. One who takes away all the sins, one who takes away all the pains of the devotees, and one who helps the devotee to attain the moksha is called Hari. Om Brahma Viduttamaya Namaha. One who is the best among the Brahman. Okay, knowers of the Brahman. Brahmavit means Brahmavetti iti Brahmavit. One who knows the Brahman. one who have attained the mokshas. Even one who attained the mokshas, among them he is the best. Okay. One who knows Brahman, the Veda, is Brahmavit. Great superior among the knowers of the Brahman is Brahmavit Uttama. Okay. One who is best among the knowers of the Brahman. Om Brahmaviduttamaya Namaha. So today we'll stop here. We'll take questions if there are any. We have 15 more minutes. We have completed more than 22 names today. Or we will take few more, 5 more names we'll take, then we will take questions. Okay, that is fine. Okay, Maunam Sammati Lakshanam. Thank you. Om Kavyaya Namaha. Kavya. Kavi means sage. Okay, scholar. Okay, so Kavya is the work of that sage. Kavya Nataka Shabdabhyam Shravyam Drishyam cha Grihyate. Shravyam Ashtavidham Drishyam Ashtavimshatidha Chayat. Sankirnam Yaccha Bahuda Tattat Sarvatmako Bhavan. Kavya Nataka, Shravya and Drishya. Kavya is of two types, Shravya and Shravya Kavya and Drishya Kavya. Okay, one which can be seen, like Nataka, are called Drishya Kavyas. Shravya Kavya, one which can be heard, like Mahakavya of Kalidasa, Khanda Kavyas, and the Champu Kavyas, Gadya Kavyas. These all come under Kavya. These all come under Shravya Kavya. Nataka comes under Drishya Kavya, which we can see, experience. Okay, so one with all these kavyas in him is called Kavya. Kavyam asmin asti ityapi Kavya. Okay, Kavyaya Namaha, the one who gives. Oh, sorry, this is copied again and again. Okay. Om Kavyaya Namaha. Om Grahapataye Namaha. Grahanam Patihi. One who is the Lord of all the planets. One who controls all the planets is called Grahapati. Grahanam Patihi Grahapatihi. See, we can see here. Tvam Suryas, Tvam Chandramas, Tvam Brahma Bhuvassu Varom. Chandra, Surya, all the planets are under your control. You are the leader of all these grahas, all these planets. Om Kamine Namaha. Kamaha Asya Asti, or Kamaha Asmin Asti. One in whom the Kama resides, or one whom the desires belongs to. Okay, he is called Kami. Tasmai Kamine Namaha. Atishayena Kamayate. One who is highly desirous. Now the question is, human beings can be desirous, or living beings can be desirous, but how can the Parabrahman or the Lord can be desirous? Can God be desirous? Yes, he can have desires too. What are the desires which he can have? Desires to keep his devotees free from all the obstacles, treat the pain of his devotees, bestow the salvations. These are the different types of desires which a God will have. So even God is also desirous. That's why in our Indian tradition, Dharma, Artha, Kama, Moksha. Kama is also given a very prominent place. We never said that we should not have Kama. Even the gods had Kama. But the Swarupa, or the form of Kama, was different. Their Kama was to keep their devotees free from the obstacles, treat them from the pain, bestow them salvation, make them one with the Supreme Being. That is the Kama which they had. Om Soma Surya-Agnilocanaya Namaha. Somascha Suryascha Agnischa. Soma Suryagnaya. Soma means moon, Surya means sun, Agni means fire. These three are the eyes. One who has eyes of sun, eyes as one whose eyes are sun, moon, and fire is called Soma Suryagni Lochanaha. Okay. Prapanchatraya Sakshitva Trinetraha. Even if someone of whoever performs the Sandhya Vandana, they might know Surya Namaha Chandramase Namaha. We say one eye as Surya, one eye as Chandra. So the third eye, Ganesha contains the third eye. So that third eye is Agni, okay, fire. And these three things, Soma, Surya, and Agni, watches whole of this world and gives life to all this world. That's why the life giver is Ganesha. So he is also Soma, Surya, Agni, Lochana. He sees all these world from these three eyes, sun, moon, and Agni. Surya Pratyaksha Devata. Surya Chandro Pratyaksha Devate. That's what Sanskrit says. Surya and Chandra are Pratyaksha Devatas, whom we can directly see, who are available for us day and night, who protect us from different diseases. See, whenever sun does not rise, the people get people suffer from various illnesses like fever, cold, and all. So sun actually protects. That's why in Jyotisha, they say that when somebody is suffering a lot from an illness, they ask them to read, Jyotishis ask them to read Aditya Hridaya Stotram. Aditya Hridaya Stotram actually helps in getting rid of many of the diseases. But medicines need to be taken because that helps in giving that power in the body so that the medicine starts working on it. Okay. Om Pashankushadharaya Namaha. One who holds the rope, the lash in his hand, is called Pashankushadhara. This is from Atharva Shirsha. Ekadantam Chaturhastam Pasham Ankushadharinam. One who holds Pasha and Ankusha. Ankusha means the goad. It's like one which is used to control the elephants. They have one type of weapon that is called goad or Ankusha. Okay. One who holds this both Pasha and Ankusha is called Pasha Ankusha Dharaha. Okay, we'll stop here. Now we'll take the questions. Okay. Stop sharing. Is the question in chat? Namaste. Nikhil Sharma ji has asked one question. Is there a Pathabheda for this name as well? Vani Pradaya Namaha or only to be read as Vani Pradayakaya Namaha? Yeah, there is a Pathabheda. We find Vani Pradaya Namaha also. Okay, both are same. The meaning is not meaning for both the words are same. Vanim Pradadati iti Vani Pradaha. Vani Pradaya Namaha, Vani Pradayakaya Namaha. Both are same. Okay. Now, in Shantaya, one is not having desires. I didn't understand this question. Namaskaram. Any questions? We'll take questions. We have 5 more minutes. Even 10 more minutes we can take, no issues if we have. There are 2 hands raised.
Namaskara.
Namaskara.
Vishnu Purane Katitam Vishnu eva karta sarga karta sthiti karta laya karta. Shiva Purane iti uktam Shiva srishti karta laya karta and sarga karta. Adhuna bhavan uktavan Ganeshaha eva sthiti laya karta sthiti karta srishti karta. Kaha कर्ता वयं विश्वसनीयाः.
उत्तमः प्रश्नः महोदय. तत्र परब्रह्म इति अस्ति खलु. when we speak about the supreme being, all these are supreme beings. With different names. We are calling those supreme beings in different names. See, what Vyasa did, he wanted people to understand the supreme being. But the problem was, to make them understand, we have to give them some object or something to which they can pray. So some people liked Vishnu. So Vishnu Purana was made, where Vishnu was kept, where Parabrahma was named as Vishnu. Vishindru Vyapto. Vishnu word means one who is spread all over. Vishindru Vyapto, one who has a Vyapto. Okay. So that is Vishnu. Shiva, we saw the meaning today.
Yes.
Okay, that is Shiva. Again, he is Vyapta everywhere. So Shiva Purana, Shiva is also Parabrahman. Vishnu Purana, Vishnu is Parabrahman. Ganesha Purana, Ganesha is Parabrahman. So when we are speaking about Parabrahman in all the Puranas with different names. That's all.
All these deities are the one and the same.
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay. Thank you.
Yes, Sahanaji.
Sir, in Shantaya Namaha, you said the qualities of no joy, no desires and all, no? But again, now in another name, you said now there are desires, who the one who is the desire having, the people should be very happy, like beyond come out of moksha and like to reach moksha and all. So how it will be?
So the desires are of two types. One desire for the self, another desire for others. The desire for others is good. Okay, when we are speaking Shantaya, there we are saying he has no desire for the self. I want this kirita, new kirita, I want this, those desires are not there for Parabrahman. I should do this. But there are some desires which is for Loka. That desires is taken. But to be really frank, in Shantaya, that desire word should not be connected to the word Shanta. But there are some meanings given that if you ask from the Sanskrit language perspective, then word Shanta is Shamu Kanto. Means one which is calm, peaceful, that is called Shanta. But yeah, when we discuss these two different things, so when the desire is for self, then that desire is Swartha. When desire is for others, then that is Paramartha. So that is the difference which we see here. That's it.
Sir, and one more thing, he modakam ichchati iti vadati khalu. Modakam ichchati, Ganesha modakam ichchati khalu. So it doesn't consider as self desire.
तत्र वयं परब्रह्मन् शान्ताय इत्यतः परब्रह्मणः विषये सम्भाषणं कुर्मः. मोदकं कः इच्छति? यः देवः पार्वत्याः पुत्रः सः मोदकम् इच्छति. तत्र च भेदः अस्ति. तदेव अहम् उक्तवान्, we put these names into different categories. Don't connect two names with each other.
Okay. So in each name we should consider in different levels.
Yes.
Okay. And one more thing, Avyayaya Namaha, you said, right? There is no change. Right?
No change.
In next, I think Dakshana Namaha, I think some growth is there. I heard like
he grows like a world.
What is I didn't understand the meaning properly, sir, there. Can you?
Sure. As I said, different names we have to look from different angles. We should not connect two names. It will always confuse when we connect two names. Again, when we are saying Avyayaya Namaha, he has no Vyaya. But then in Adhidaivika level, when we come, he changes himself. Okay, in Adhyatmika level, he's Avyaya. He doesn't change himself. But when it comes to Daksha level, Daksha is the Adhidaivika level, where he can grow himself, he can make himself small, Ashtasiddhis, Okay,
Yeah.
so that way it changes. That's
Okay.
why, yes.
And in no vyaya means in what manner? Like no changes in ityukte.
He doesn't get
Oh,
birth, he doesn't change, he
oh,
doesn't get
okay.
old, he doesn't get, means there is no
Okay.
form at all to him. When there is no
Okay.
form, he doesn't take birth and all. But when he
Mhm.
wishes, he can do everything, but then not in that form. He has to
Mhm.
uh, create something and make that creation change himself. He by himself he cannot change.
Mhm. Sir,
That
and
is
in Sandagrajaya Namaha, so he's elder, no?
both
Kartikeya
sides.
is
There are stories where you can find he is a younger brother. There are stories where you can find he is an elder brother.
okay.
So most of the North Indian versions of Puranas, in some Puranas we find he is a elder brother. In some Puranas we find he is a younger brother.
Okay. Okay, sir. Thank you so much. I don't mind. Actually, we won't get these kind of knowledge anywhere else. So I asked the question here itself.
Please, please, please. This is meant for that. This platform is meant for that, so that lot of questions are answered.
Yeah.
And whatever I know, I will answer.
Yeah.
If I don't know, I will take the question in written. And maybe if you can email me that question later, I will answer those questions. Don't hesitate to email me
Okay, sir.
if you
Thank
have
you
any
so much.
question. This for all. Please don't hesitate to email me if you have any question. Because this is a huge ocean of knowledge, lot of things I don't know. Maybe I am wrong at some places when some questions are asked, but I am trying my best to give the correct answer. Wherever I don't know, I will say I don't know. Yeah. His breaking of the tusk to write the Mahabharata is also a lesson to us that we should sacrifice what is dear to us. As a beautiful tusk is the pride of elephant. I have heard this. Is this true? Yes, this is true. And thank you for giving this insight. Uh, this indeed a sacrifice which is very dear to the elephant. This knowledge is to be taken. Bhavani ji, thank you. Can I read these names of Ganesha's devotion or ritual if I am not initiated into any Sanatana? This doesn't matter. You can read it. Whoever, see, Sanatana Dharma, we all come under Sanatana Dharma. Sanatana Dharma is nothing, it's not a religion. It's a duty. It's a duty bound, uh, it was a duty given to all, which all were following once upon a time. So that is called Sanatana. Dharma means duty. Dharma is not religion. So anybody can read Ganesh Sahasranama Stotra. You need not Ganesh Sahasranama, Ganesh Ashtotra. You need not sit in front of the Lord. You can just listen to that. You can meditate upon that. If there is a problem that if you read loudly, people will create trouble, don't read loudly. Just listen or just by heart it and meditate upon it. That's all. Anybody can do that. There is no restriction for Ganesha. When we are saying he is the Atma in all and all Atma belongs to him, and there is nothing, he never differentiate between this Atma or that Atma. We all are one Atma. That's what he is believed. Oh, 4 a.m. Adhidaivika is the correct form. Shantiji has asked, is Adhidaivika correct or Adhidaivika? Adhidaivika, Adhyatmika, Adhibhautika. Adhi is the correct version. Adhi is the correct version. I think. Yeah, this is also this is also the story which I didn't mention. In Ganesha Purana, there is a story which says Shani Deva looked at Ganesha and because of which he lost the head. Okay, this is another story which I didn't know in complete manner, so I didn't touch it. But yeah, this story exists in Ganesha Purana. This story is there. Okay, then I cannot find any other questions. So we'll
Namaste, I
keep
had a
taking
question.
questions. Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, Nikhil here.
Yeah, Nikhil.
So
Yes.
when you had given the name for Om Hare Namaha, so is the Hare Namaha is it derived from Hari or Hara, and is there an etymological difference between both?
Hari.
Okay, so
It's
what is
Hari.
the breakdown of Hara then?
Both are almost same. Both are coming from same root. Hr. Just a second. Hara for, I don't remember now for Hara. Both are same. Harati Papani. The pratyaya means the root, the suffix differ. That's all. Harati Papani iti Harihi. Harati Papani iti Haraha. The pratyaya suffix changes. That's
But we still use names with Hari Hara like together also.
Yes, because some that is the human tendency to differentiate between two gods.
Correct. Okay.
That's all.
Just one more would be, is there a logic which underlies the order in which the names are to be recited? And if so, what that is?
No, it's not
really.
like that. We don't have anything, because I have seen many Ashtottaras now. Different Ashtottaras have different means sequences.
No.
There's the logic behind it. But in Sahasranama Stotra, there is a logic.
Okay.
We can find the logic there.
Dhanyavad.
Sorry. Sahanaji, there are some questions for you. Will we get the PDF? Is there any chanting voice clip for practice?
Yes, sir, I'm looking into it.
Okay, then in that case, today we will stop. We'll continue tomorrow. Same time, 6:30. जेतुं यस्त्रिपुरं हरेण हरिणा व्याजाद् बलिं बध्नता स्रष्टुं वारि भवोद्भुवेन भुवनं शेषेण धर्तुं धराम् पार्वत्या महिषासुरप्रमथने सिद्धाधिपैः सिद्धये ध्यातः पञ्चशरेण विश्वजितये पायात् सनागाननः। अस्तु, श्वः मिलामः। धन्यवादः।
One more thing, sir.
Yes.
Many people are asking for your email ID. Sir. Okay,
We have
please
our
share.
Vyoma email ID, no? We can give that.
Okay. Yes, yes. Okay, sure.
Shuddhakarna.vyom something is there. That we can.
Yes, yes. Yes, I'll provide it. Okay. Ram.